Arthur. We're doing another review on him again. In the last video, we reviewed the episode So Funny I Forgot to Laugh. In today's episode, we're going to be reviewing Arthur's first episode, Arthur's Eyes. Let's begin. We start the episode off with the usual pre-title card scene, where DW wakes Arthur up in the middle of the night to show him something. Arthur, wanting to get the tomfoolery over with, goes to see what she's talking about. DW shows Arthur pictures of a glassesless boy in the family photos, claiming it to be some lost brother that their parents are hiding. Arthur, in disbelief, informs DW that the lost brother is in fact actually him before he got his glasses. DW is in denial to this, forcing Arthur to explain to DW how and why he got his glasses, when all he just wanted to do was sleep. Cue title card. Arthur's flashback begins with him in class. It's math time, and he's having trouble seeing the numbers on the board. Because of this, he continually asks Francine to tell him what's on the board. Francine tells Arthur that he best shut up before she shuts him up. Later, the results of the math quiz are given, and Arthur did poorly, with Francine noting that math is not Arthur's best subject. Yeah, just like how being likable isn't your best subject, Francine. Throughout the day, Arthur continues to have trouble with his vision. Later, everyone is seeing the nurse to have their eyes tested. Everyone passes except Arthur, whom is sat down by the nurse. He is later sent to the optometrist. At the eye doctor's, Arthur's eye... At the eye doctor's, Arthur's eyes are tested, though my script here just says test. Oops. And he's told that he just needs glasses. Arthur gets his glasses. On the way to home, home or somewhere, Arthur comments on a bunch of things which make his parents' happiness for him being able to see go to being a mix of happiness and regret, such as his father having bags under his eyes and his mom having gray hairs. My goodness, DW is barely even talking full sentences yet, and already she's causing her parents an unfathomable amount of stress, and also causing me to stutter. Sorry about that. Later, the next day at school, Arthur arrives, and everyone notices him with his glasses. Okay, there's no way it's that shocking. I mean, it's not like Arthur is somehow conveniently, for the sake of plot, the first person to ever wear glasses at Lakewood. Also, sorry about the, images. I mean, yes, I know these images are from the episode, but, I mean, like, sorry for it being all jumbled. At class, Francine notices Arthur with his glasses. She then starts making fun of him and calling him Four Eyes. Buster tells Francine to zip it, making him out to be a good friend. Until later at the cafeteria, he puts drinking glasses to his eyes and mimics Arthur. Arthur, of course, leaves upset. Arthur returns home and does everything he can to get rid of the glasses, from throwing them out the window to trying to get DW to smash them with a toy hammer. In the book, he also puts them in the dishwasher, or maybe it was the clothes washer or dryer. Each attempt fails. Arthur decides to take his glasses off when he goes to school. This ends up being a big mistake, as he ends up accidentally going into the girls' restroom, which causes an entire scene. All the girls run out in fear, while Arthur walking out right after. Everyone at school, including Mrs. Wood and DW for some reason. Oh, by the way, in case you don't know who Mrs. Wood is, she's that one right there. That one right there. Okay. I'll look at Arthur as if he just committed the greatest of all war crimes. Back home, Arthur decides that he doesn't want to make the same mistake again, so he'll just have to deal with being called Four Eyes. He's watching a documentary on the making of his favorite TV show, Bionic Bunny, which is basically Arthur's version of Superman, when he sees the actor wearing glasses. This helps Arthur to feel better. In the book, he sees his teacher wearing glasses, which helps him. The next day, at school, Arthur arrives wearing glasses. Francine once again mocks Arthur, but Arthur ignores her, thus temporarily depleting, oh my goodness, can I not speak, her of her villainous powers of world destruction. Much to Francine's shock, Pinky begins to tease Arthur. Too late, and also who cares? A bunch of other stuff happens, and then Arthur finishes his story. Arthur tells DW that he has worn glasses ever since. DW finally understands, and all is well that ends well. Until DW sees a picture of their dad with a full head of hair, a mustache, and a beard. DW gains the false assumption that Mrs. Reed is divorced and goes to demand an explanation, leaving Arthur to have to lose even more sleep to explain to her again, when all he wanted to do was go back to bed. The episode ends after that. My assessment of on this episode. It has similarities to the previous episode I reviewed, except it isn't flawed. Well, not as flawed. I mean, obviously it's going to have flaws to it since it's the first episode of the show. And so it's the start, but it's definitely better than So Funny I Forgot to Laugh. In that since this is the first episode, you expect them to not really know what they're doing, but by So Funny I Forgot to Laugh, by that point, you expect them to know. Anyway, so for one thing, the lesson in this episode feels genuine, and another thing, the characters are in character. That's all I can say about it, though. As for the bad qualities, well, there's not a lot to say either. I mean, yes, obviously there are going to be bad qualities since, like I said, this is the first episode, and typically the first episode of a show is not going to be the best episode since it's the start. But still, not a lot of bad here. Also, this is irrelevant, but okay, so I wear glasses too, but for some reason I don't remember ever being called Four Eyes as a kid. If I were as a kid, I might have gotten upset, or I might have taken the term literal. But if I were to be called Four Eyes today, I'd just be like, hey, the more eyes I have, the more I can see. Yeah, I literally don't even know what I'm saying. Anyway, so, alright, thanks for watching, and... Oh, and also, thank you to... thank you to Andersus, or Andersus, however you pronounce your name, videos, for the suggestion to make this Arthur review episode. Please be sure to share this video with other... And if you liked, then please be sure to share this video with other Arthur-themed YouTubers, and subscribe and like. Not you specifically, but anyone watching this video. Okay, bye!